All right, hello everybody. My name is Noah. I'm going to be your host here for tonight with the Stirling Truck Cup. I know that the stream is still starting at the moment, waiting for iRacing to load up, but it's going to be at Texas here tonight with the NASCAR Gander RV Outdoor Truck Series. We're going to be super happy to have all drivers here tonight. We really do appreciate your presence here at Stirling Sim. Of course, our stuff is always brought to you by Taysell Woodbeck Auto Parts and Homebrew Racing. We'll be giving them some ad time throughout the rest of the session, so make sure you do give them a check out when you can. All right, let's load up a couple of things. Trucks are using a modified setup available in our Discord. Link is usually available on my social profiles as well as the official Homebrew Racing ones. So do make sure you check that out. Merchandise is also available that we will happily let you take a buy at with our store on Redbubble. Link also available in Discord. Socials as well. Like I said, still waiting just to get the session up and loaded. No worries there. All right. Let's get a good camera there, and we can go ahead and join on in. Here we are, here at Texas. Ignore the white car as it is loading up. But our drivers are going to be using a setup made for specifically this race here tonight. It is a Legacy Texas setup made specifically for this track, which will help our drivers maintain tire wear with the new tire model released by iRacing. We are super happy to have our drivers here, and I'm pretty sure that they're going to like the setup mostly. Hopefully our race control can be here shortly. Still waiting for him to join on in. I'll say I always love that theme whenever I'm able to play it. It's always so much fun. Just Will Clabber and follow along with him a little bit. He had a pretty good contending in the Daytona race, so let's see how his truck is looking here in that Silverado. Wow. Silverado. Always gotta love his 48 paints. They're always so good. Ooh, looks like the 97 is having some issues. That would be Harris. Marshall Harris, that's right. Sorry, we have a lot of new drivers with us here tonight, which is always fantastic to see. Love having new people here. Sometimes I just don't know their names at first when I have a short name on. Brady Floyd ripping around in his Ford F-150. Always a fast driver here. Let's see how he continues to do throughout our session. Currently running in third. Give him a little bit of time to adjust the setup. It looks like he has a very similar time to some of our other drivers. Looks like Marshall Harris and Brent George are able to tie their time, so it's pretty impressive. I gotta give him that. Looks like Josh Redden is going to be running his Dunder Mifflin plate as he was last week. As Bruno rocks his Rocksmith Fender Silverado. This is the 24 of Adrian Fernandez. Another new driver with us here is going to be running his Coca-Cola paint. Look at that. That looks sweet. Looks like we're going to have some pretty good turnout here tonight. It's going to make for a great race here at Texas. I do believe I am going to have to race this race as well. It seems. Let's turn down my music just a little bit. Tiny bit too loud. is number 13 of David Ackenbauer, so it's great to see him. He had some pretty good contending in the Stirling Sim Racing Street Stock Series for Season 1. They're now in short Season 2, so that is going to be on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Go ahead and check that out here at twitch.tv/4float. But also make sure you join our Discord and stuff so you can keep up with that. All of our cars looking great as always as we continue here at Texas with about 5 minutes left to go in practice. Will Cloud is still going to be leading with a 30.15 lap time. That is mighty quick here at Texas, especially with our new tire models. Bryn George dipping in a little bit there. Looks like he's trying to practice his pit entry. Our driver
I know practice and all, but can you at least call out when you're going to pit in?
But with a new tire model and such, it is going to be a little bit challenging to make sure that they can race nice and clean here.
Please and thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's just practice. That's just fun.
Easy with the sass with those guys.
Alright, buddy.
Here's Dave W. Thomas in his homebrew racing Silverado. He was supposed to be running this last week, but I think my trading paints had an issue and it wasn't showing up, and we only got his Hoosier paint. This thing looks phenomenal. He also designed some suits to go with it for your pit crew members, so make sure you give that a check out in his trading paints. Always a super cool guy, Dave W. Thomas. We're glad to have him with us. Will Cloud coming out once again to get some more laps in. See some of our other drivers. That's Zachary Thornton in his Spotify truck. Yep, we saw him last week, and he's going to be popping in and out, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on him. Here's Mike Rentz in his number 91 machine. His Miller paint for his Toyota Tundra. Very cool. Not much time left to go in practice, and it looks like Brady Floyd is currently going to be your session leader in his number 20 F-150.
Hitting it.
Adrian Fernandez has gotten super close to Brady's time in his Silverado. That thing is mighty fast, only .02, but oh, he looks like he overtakes Brady Floyd to get himself the pole in practice. We'll see how far this carries it. See how far this carries over into the qualifying session, about to start in just over a minute and a half. 21 of Hunter Terpstra in 5th position. This is going to be his first time on track. He did not get any time to practice with the setup. Wow, what a I keep saying qualifying. What a practice time with that. Mighty quick from him. Follow along with Josh Redden a little bit. He always has nice racing up his sleeve with us, so it's good to follow along with him. David Eckenbauer now coming out of the pits with his Taco Bell Toyota Tundra. I couldn't think of the name of his truck, not just his, but any Toyota last week. I just couldn't think of Tundra for whatever reason, so I'm going to make sure I correct that here tonight. Part of the problem with not being a professional at this is I don't know what I'm saying half the time. But he's had some good times in the past. Let's see if he can improve on his time any. He's got some fresh tires, and that's going to make for all the difference. Back here is the Homebrew Racing number 53 Dave Thomas as he follows along with Zachary Thornton right now, who is popping in and out with some connection issues. That is part of the thing about our drivers up in the Northeast. We do have to keep an eye on them from, well, just connection. When the snow comes down and the weather gets bad, it can mean the worst for these drivers. Here's Brad Whiteman coming out with his F-150 built for tough paint. Nice, good for him. It was great. Hopefully had some time to get some practice in, as practice is going to make all the difference here. So, rounding out practice, Adrian Fernandez is going to be in first place, Brady Floyd in second, and Will Cloud in third. That is a great performance from just about everyone. We're so glad to have everyone here with us here tonight. Quite the number of drivers we've got here. As we go into qualifying, we're going to follow along with some of our drivers here tonight. Let's follow along with the 21 Hunter Terpstra and his... Oh, that's not the 21. There we go. Follow along with the 21 Hunter Terpstra, his Mountain Dew paint. He had a great time in practice, so maybe he can get a really good time here. If so, he's going to be mighty happy with that, and it is going to absolutely show. Let's get a bit of a wiggle in his first qualifying lap. That's not going to be great for him, but hopefully he can still get a good position. As he now enters turns 3 and is now going through 4. Will Cloud is first to qualify and get his first position on the board. Hunter's coming across and gets himself currently 4th. Zachary Thornton is going to be leading the qualifying board so far, but we still got another lap to go. A lot of our drivers finishing up towards the end of their qualifying. Zachary Thornton is still leading. Hunter comes across to get his second lap in, and that is going to be Hunter up to 6th so far. Good for him. He's going to get some good positions in. Looks like currently a lot of our drivers are finishing up and slowing down. Let's actually bring Hunter up in here as we follow along with him. Actually, you know what? How about we bring Adrian Fernandez up instead? I see it's such a great... Oh, there's Brady Floyd coming in to steal that pole. Oh, with the same time, too. That is painful. Yikes. Seems like that's just an iRacing thing there to give him the pole. Oh, man. I'm sure he is not pleased with that one. In fact, here is Brady right now as we follow with him a little bit. I'm going to bring Adrian up in here. Adrian, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi there, you're on stream. I'm sorry to bring you up so harshly. How do you feel about your qualifying time?
I think that was pretty good. I mean, I don't drive NASCAR trucks a lot.
I see. Currently, you're matched for pole position. I believe iRacing is going to give the position to the number 20 of Brady Floyd due to numbers, but you completely match his time, and he is a top driver here. How do you feel about that?
Um, I'm quite surprised, honestly.
Really? Because it seems like you were completely ready to go as soon as you came in.
Not really.
All right. Well, I'm glad that you got your good qualifying in. It's going to make for some absolutely interesting racing. What is your biggest fear for tonight's race?
Um, I just want to stay out of the wall and, avoid any crashes that occur during the race.
Gotcha. I completely understand. I think you're going to do some great racing tonight, and we're so glad to have you here. Thank you very much for your time.
All right, thank you.
All right, we have a minute left of qualifying left to go. I believe there might be a single car. I believe that's Hunter still out on track. Oh, he's got his car damaged. I'm not quite sure if there's anyone else left. Yes, it appears he's the only person out on track, so we're going to go with Blimcam with him for a minute as we round out the rest of our qualifying. It seems like we have 11 drivers qualified. We're going to have a couple more in. But so far, your qualifying is going to be in the first row, Brady Floyd and Hunter... Nope, not Hunter Terpstra. I'm very sorry. Brady Floyd and Adrian Fernandez are going to round out the front row. I'm not sure which one iRacing is give the pole, but I do think it is going to be Brady. Still, they match for time. That is very good for them. In the second row on the inside line is going to be Zachary Thornton, 0.02 behind them. That is mighty quick. And then on Thornton's outside is going to be the number 8 of Bryn George. In the third row is going to be the number 28 of Josh Redden on the inside, and then on the outside of him is going to be the number 48 of Will Cloud. In the fourth row is going to be the number 13 of David Ackenbauer, and a really good qualifying position, only 0.2 seconds behind. Then on his outside is going to be the number 21 of Hunter Terpstra. Behind them is going to be the 88 of David Gibbs on the inside line. Then on his outside is going to be the number 97 of Marshall Harris. Then going out throughout the rest of the grid, we have Mike Rentz in 11th, Jesse Atkinson in 12th, and 13th, the number 38 of Matt Moreau. Then behind them, we're going to have Brad Whiteman in the number 92. 15th position is going to be Scott Whiteman in number 17, and then rounding out the grid,
everybody for showing up.
Number 53,
this is race number 2, put on by Homebrew Racing, Stirling Sim Racing. It's 40 laps. There are 2 quick fixes, 2 sets of tires. And also 2 green-white checker if required. Just one comment. After the race, just make your way to the pits safely. Let the winner of the race come to the front stretch. We are broadcasting, so make sure that looks professional. Good luck, everybody.
Thank you for your messages there, Scott. And as we are in the Lone Star State of Texas, I gotta play the United States National Anthem.
Sorry, my pedals are not calibrated.
Hey David, you're blinking a little.
Green flag, green flag.
Drivers are off to a fantastic start. I have to end the anthem a little bit shortly. It looks like the Brady Floyd gets a good start with Adrian Fernandez a little bit slow and started rear, looks like towards the rear, towards the back. They're checking up a bit, and that is going to cause some big confusion as they continue to run through. Brady Floyd getting a good run to maintain that lead. I do believe so. I am seeing that correctly. Right now, Zachary Thornton is behind him with Adrian Fernandez in third. Josh Redden in fourth, picking up some great positions. Bryn George behind them, trying to do something if he can. David Ackenbauer is going to be having a fight against David Gibbs there. It looks like we have the 3 Davids here tonight. That's going to make things confusing. Gibbs is now behind him, seeing if he can do anything about that. Maybe he can get around them and make something interesting. Sorry I have to use this camera angle. I have to be race control here tonight as our race control didn't show. That's not often, but in any case, gotta do it. As they continue running down the line, they are keeping it nice and clean here. I'm super glad to hear that, as there have been issues of spinning before in the past, especially at Texas, but it looks like the trucks are going to be able to hold it well. 40 laps is going to basically be their entire fuel run. So if there's cautions or something, that either is going to help them or kill them. As we're now in lap 3, we still see Brady Floyd killing it up front. Super glad to see him doing well after the modified race last night did not go according to plan and had a lot of issues with that. So the information for that will be released later as soon as we can, once a decision has been decided whether we're going to be rerunning the race or such. As our drivers continue down, looks like Josh Redden is going a bit high, going now into the backstretch as he comes back down low. Got to be mindful of the tire wear here. A lot of our drivers are going to definitely want to pit on lap 20 or so, as if you don't, you're going to be in a position that's going to really slow you down. The tire fall off of your entire fuel run is quite high, so if you're looking for trouble, then you can stay out all day, but it does not mean you're going to go very far. That's something Brady has to keep in mind, as he is currently still in fourth. Not fourth, first. Will Cloud rounding out third place. Looks like for right now, as he was able to get by Josh Redden. Oh, fourth place is... Looks like he is interested in getting around Adrian Fernandez if possible, although Will is going to go high and concede some positions to let him get somewhere. Drivers running back through the quad oval here at Texas, the Lone Star State. Our Texas drivers here tonight are going to have to be mighty careful, as if their tires with this new tire model get too eaten up, they're going to be finding themselves spinning a lot. David into the wall a little bit there next to David. Ackenbauer coming up on the inside and able to get that position by while Gibbs skimmed the wall. Looks like the 3 Davids are all together now. I can see that homebrew paint behind Gibbs and Ackenbauer. Thomas is really going to want to get by them. Will Cloud up here looking like he is going to be mighty quick. I love hearing the engines of these trucks roar by with this music playing. I will say it does definitely sound good here tonight. Hunter Terpstra is doing pretty well for himself, if I do say so, as he is currently riding back there with Scott. That is good for Hunter. It is great to see him doing pretty well. I think the 91 might have had some issues on launch, but I didn't see anything. So, alright. Anyway. Gotta keep an eye on the guys up here. Looks like Thornton is blinking a little bit. That's going to be a watch for him then. Yeah, you can definitely see him blinking there. If blinking causes issues here, you are going to get an EOL. That is something you have to be mindful of. Stable connection issues, while that may be out of your control, it is required for the racing. Looks like David Gibbs goes around the outside of Josh Redden as the 3 Davids are all bunched up together there. They're going too wide through there. Can they get through and make something interesting happen? I do believe so, as that's the number 13 clear of Josh Redden. Only not because the number 28 comes back up through that inside line and is able to get his position back. Although Gibbs is probably going to be mighty happy with himself as he almost skims that wall. Gotta be something really careful there. Looks like Ackenbauer is interested in getting by Josh, as Josh is going to let him by. Ackenbauer and Thomas are able to get by there too. Looks like that other truck is able to get through as well. Good for them. I believe that it is going to be Marshall Harris. Yes, it is. Always great to see our new drivers coming in and doing some strong acts. Always good. Gibbs moved up into 6th place. Is going to be hopefully looking for more positions as they come through. I believe that is Brady still having a mighty lead up there as he continues to just run by. Alright, that is now over a 4th of our race done here at Texas. We've had a great green flag run already, and it looks like our drivers are still being nice and competitive with each other, not super spaced out. Thornton is going to keep leading this pack while he maintains 2nd place position. That's really good for extreme racing, keeping 1 and 2. Bryn George in 4th is also good for extreme as well. That is super dangerous. Oh, the huge wreck on the backstretch. That is going to be a yellow coming out. Yellow? Hello? Yellow.
Cogs is
There
out.
it is.
Can you
Okay.
look at those temps real quick, bud?
I swear, sometimes the sim racing app does not want
We
to,
gotta let the pace start like this.
does not want to be kind to me. Let's see what happens if I focus on crashes. Is it going to cut back to it? Ah, it does. That's going to be the number 13 I do need to keep an eye on as we do take a look at this wreck as we count there. Looks like Thomas was able to get by Ackenbauer, who then rides up high, hits that wall. Oh, and that was just a single car wreck. Oh, no, it wasn't, as that is Dave W. Thomas caught up into that too. Unfortunate. Was I having the wrong drivers? Was I calling out somebody else? I think I might have been. That is definitely not embarrassing in the slightest. Alright, we're going to come right back up towards the present time as we catch up with our drivers. As here, a bunch of them are coming into pit. Lap 13, what an interesting strategy they have there. That means Matt Moreau is going to currently be your race leader under caution. A little bit closer shot of him. I believe I was calling out Matt earlier as he is in that snap-on number 38. He has very similar covers. English. Very similar colors to Dave W. Thomas, and when you're in blimp mode, it's a bit hard to see which car is which. Alright, that is going to be a EOL 4.
No lucky dog.
There should be a lucky dog as they come around. The number 13 of David Attenborough. Let's see. Am I still? Yep. All
I'm
right.
gonna die if I don't pit, so...
Matt Moreau comes into pit, it seems. That is unfortunate to see for him. Is there out drivers or something? Yep, no boy. As you can see, the system does not like to play nice all the time. So I believe that puts the number 97 of Marshall Harris in first. Nope, the number 90. Number 92 is going to be in that position there, as he is going to be the lucky dog being able to go around. High racing. Good green lap run these guys had. It made for some interesting racing here. That means Marshall Harris is going to be your leader with Brady Floyd behind him. And I don't know if Marshall has fresh tires or not. I don't think so. So that means Brady Floyd on his fresh tires is going to be much faster. But we saw Marshall Harris was able to definitely be fast. So we'll see what this means as we come into the final laps of our caution. With that grid reshuffle, that means Zachary Thornton has moved himself up into third position with Adrian Fernandez in the 24 behind him. That is going to make for some interesting racing there. Matt Moreau with some fresh tires is going to be a bit further back, which is going to be a bit painful for them. Let's put a little bit more actual music on. Playlist likes to just kind of have a mind of its own. With one lap left to green, we're about to get off here under green flag once again here at Texas, the Lone Star State. There it is, the number 97 in first position on the inside line with Brady on the outside. Maybe this time Adrian can get down fast and make something happen. Oh, goodness, if it was that Thornton popping out really bad. Looks like he's back in now. And, oh boy. I don't want to give him an ELL now, but I worry I might have to if it keeps up. I'm going to give him a warning for now. Nope. Cool. That doesn't want to work either. Alright, it appears to be in for now. As our pace car is off and our drivers are getting ready to go. It looks like,
Green
oh,
flag.
that is a...
What happened to going on green?
Oh, goodness.
Oh, my bad.
And this is where I'm not quite sure what to do because our normal race control isn't here. Okay. Oh, that's Zachary Thornton popping in really bad. Next time, I'm definitely going to have to adjust that.
Of course, that is making me pain. This is not good.
So the 35 is now going to be leading this race with Marshall Harris conceding that lead now. After that, looks like Brady Floyd is going to be riding Thornton really hard as Brady is going to definitely want those points to finish in first place. They're about to go 3 wide as they go through the double dog leg now. Creating with that quad oval with Marshall Harris maintaining that first place position and Will Cloud going back into that inside line. Third place position I meant for Marshall Harris as they now run through the backstretch. We can see some of our other drivers here. Looks like they're getting awfully close to that wall. Such a race it's already been with only almost halfway of this race already done. Scott Whiteman moving himself up into 7th position. That's some great moves done by him. Back on crashes, please. Is that looking out on these guys as they continue to run. That 24 is going to try to get some moves on Josh Redden, but isn't quite able to. That is unfortunate for him. Looks like the number 17 is catching up to the number 97 of Marshall Harris. I don't believe Marshall got fresh tires. That would explain why everyone's able to just rocket by. David Gibbs able to catch up with Sky as well. Is the number 97 going to throw up a block on these guys? If he does, then that's going to create a difficult. Scott going high. That means David's going to get that position there. Moving David. Gibbs up into 7. The other 2 Davids have gone back. That is unfortunate for them. We do hope that they get into a bit better of a position. We do end up going under caution as we are now halfway through the Lone Star States NASCAR Gander RV and outdoor race with the Stirling Truck Cup. Actually, as I've been trying to do race control and a bunch of other stuff all at the same time, I've forgotten. I gotta give some good sponsor things out to Homebrew Racing. Make sure you check us out with our socials and our other stuff. We're super glad to have all you guys here. As our drivers continue to race through, they're doing a great job. But also make sure you check out Taycell Traffic Management Control Systems. They are www.taycell.ca. They're great guys, and they've been our gracious series sponsor. Make sure you check them out, like I said, at www.taycell.ca. Continue to run through now as our drivers are going single file a bit over halfway now as we get the official call from the system. Continuing to run through the race. You see that number 53. A little bit of contact with the 28 and the 97. Sending the 97 to the wall. Is that going to be a big wreck as they go 3 wide? Nope. It looks like they're able to hold it nice and safe. That is, that was close to a wreck there. Hunter Terpstra up into 10th position. Great for Hunter. That is fantastic to hear. As our drivers continue to rush through now into the backstretch. I believe Brady Floyd is running away with this race. Let me check on him real quick. Yep, he is super far away with Will Cloud and Bryn George. Focus back on crashes now with Josh Redden, with the number 53 behind him of Dave W. Thomas. Number 13 of David Ackenbauer is behind Thomas. I wonder if they have a little bit of contempt for each other after that accident, although it was on accident. So I do not imagine there's too much of an issue there. 18 laps left to go here at Texas. Our leaders are down the backstretch while everyone else is caught up here. That means our top 3 of Brady Floyd, Will Cloud, and Bryn George are really going to have to pull away, or something bad's going to have to happen to keep them all together. I will say, don't count out all of our other drivers, though. They are mighty quick here. It does seem. Even with the worn tires, we're getting pretty fast laps. Zachary Thornton deciding to pit now as he goes into last position. That is unfortunate for him. Oh, he is out. I believe that is some... engine blew. There it is. Probably a bit too high attempts. I didn't put too much tape on these things, but I can see that being an issue, especially if you've been in draft and you got a little bit of damage, as it seems like he did. So we've got some close racing here. David looking to see if he can get by Thomas here, as he wants to get some position. Wait, is that Thomas? No, that's Matt. What am I doing? I believe that is Matt Moreau right there. Yep, it is. They had some great racing before with the Stirling Sim Racing Series. Here, Matt is mighty quick in these things, as we have seen before. I meant to put some music back on, but it looks like I forgot to. Great, I'm doing fantastic tonight. All right, 15 laps here left here to go at Texas. Brady Floyd is still your leader with Bryn George in second place. That moves Will Cloud back into fourth. Looks like Adrian Fernandez was able to get himself into third position. I think they might have had a little bit of a scruff up there. But as we are under Crash's cam, so I can keep an eye on the worst of the worst here. So that is not going to be a caution. Hunter Terpstra in his Mountain Dew paint. Seems like he's doing pretty well here tonight. Able to get some good racing in as he gives up into... What's that, 21? I don't see him. Ah, there he is now. Looks like the system is having a little bit of issue not deciding who really wants to focus on. Here is the number 97 of Marshall Harris as he is running towards the back with Brad Whiteman and the number 91 of Mike Rentz. They go too wide around, and that is Mike around the outside. Number 97 able to maintain some pretty good speed. He's had a bit of a rough race here tonight. That is unfortunate here for him. Looks like Jerry Isaac's CRA will not able to make tonight's race, which is unfortunate to hear for him. However, Matt Moreau was able to make it along with David Gibbs for ERA. Check in with our leaders once again. They are now really far ahead. It looks like Brady has a huge gap on Bryn, and it looks like Bryn is going to have to put up with Adrian Fernandez there, who had a fantastic pole lap and is probably going to want to catch up to them pretty bad. Brady has currently been dominating this race, so we'll see how that continues to play out here. Let's follow along with these two. Looks like Adrian has been catching Bryn a bit, which is also good to see. Create some good racing here, guys. We always glad to see it. The number 91 and 92 looking like they're going to have a bit of a scrap coming up later. Although here's David Gibbs, and I believe that is Matt Moreau. It is. David coming up in the back of him. These two are teammates. Hopefully there's not going to be too terrible bumping or anything as David is trying to get by. Although David is following quite close to Matt. Maybe they're just trying to create some great stuff for the camera here. I can definitely believe that. That John Deere number 88 Silverado is looking pretty intimidating onto that snap-on Ford F-150 38. 38 being the car number, of course. Looks like they're catching up to Will Cloud a bit in that number 48 machine. And I'll be creating something a little interesting later. Let's check out on the driver we haven't seen basically all night. Here is Jesse Atkinson in his Atkinson Designs Ford F-150. We've rarely seen him tonight. If we remember back to last week with the Daytona race, he was up in the front until he got essentially killed right at the very end. So it is unfortunate to hear that he is currently running in 10th position. He's got a lot of ground to make up if he wants to try to get anyone. We see the number 34 and the 34. Wow, okay. 38 and the 88 currently having a bit of a scrap here. Looks like they are not working together as well as anticipated. Looks like they're doing a great job, though. We're glad to have all of our drivers out here tonight, and thank you to anyone that's watching here and our fans. We do appreciate it. Thank you for the follow, Anomaly24 and NASCAR Fan 2077. And that is a great time as I'm looking at all this to remind you to check out Homebrew Racing. Search us in the leagues with Homebrew Racing in the iRacing tab of, well, the leagues tab on iRacing. Make sure you check that out. We also have a merch store available in our Discord. All of that stuff is able to be linked in my Twitch description, on our YouTube ones, and in our Discord. So make sure you check that out. But also make sure you check out Taycell. They're a fantastic sponsor to us. We really do appreciate them. They are taysel.ca. Traffic management control systems are something that your city probably does need, so make sure you really do check that out. We do appreciate them. But also make sure you check out Woodbeck Auto Parts. That's www.woodbeckautoparts.com. They have been our gracious series sponsor for Season 1, and we really would appreciate it if you gave them a check out too. Continue back to our racing. We can see the 38 and the 88 are catching up mighty fast up to that 48. Maybe they're working together a bit better than I anticipated, and they've been trying to draft each other to catch up to him a lot faster. Will Cloud is a fast driver, so don't count him out. So it looks like these two are really trying to work in tandem. Looks like Matt goes to that inside on the 48, and it does not quite work out in their favor yet, but they might be able to get somewhere. It looks like David might be trying to make a run on them, and that is David Gibbs. I mean, not W. Thomas quite yet. They're kind of shuffling a bit.
David, try to stay out of this one, please.
Looks like David Gibbs and Matt Moreau are both able to go on to the bottom of the number 48 as they go through 3 and 4. And it looks like with 4 laps left to go here at the Lone Star State, Matt Moreau is trying to make a run in that 48, and it looks like he is able to do it just after they cross that line. Now it looks like David Gibbs is going to try to do something a little bit with them too, as now they have got a bit of a fight as they come into the last points of the racing here at the Lone Star State. The winner of this race is absolutely going to appreciate whatever thing they can get out of it. The 38 and the 88, there the 88 gone by of David Gibbs, and it looks like the 48 is going to put a block on Ackenbauer there, is not going to let him by easy. Looks like Scott Whiteman is a bit back there too, as we have 3 laps left to go here at Texas. Brady Floyd is still your leader as we come into the final laps here at Texas. This number 20 machine has dominated the entire race, and he is definitely going to probably take home this win unless there is a huge accident right at the very end. Catching up to the number 8 of Bryn George. You can see him and Adrian Fernandez having a pretty good race, so they're going to be happy. Extreme Racing is going to be very pleased with their final results. Matt Moreau and David Gibbs in 3rd and 4th. Nope, 4th and 5th. And they're going to have a good race here tonight as well. Looks like Scott Whiteman is going to try to make a move here on the back stretch. Not quite able to. Let's follow along with him as he's going to try to maybe go around the outside of Will Cloud. Not quite. Definitely needs a bit more time to get up to there. But we are on the white flag lap at Texas. Let's follow along finally with Brady Floyd, currently your race leader, as they come up. Is he going to lap Hunter? Can Hunter finish up this race without getting lapped? Let's see. Brady comes down. Can he? Let's see. Hunter might put up a block. That's going to have to be fast. It's a run to the finish. Hunter finishes this race without getting lapped. Good for him. That is the number 20 of Brady Floyd, your race winner here at the Lone Star State at Texas Motor Speedway. He dominated this race. He's dominated several others. What an accomplishment for Brady Floyd, and Extreme Racing is going to be super happy with their 1-2 finish. And maybe they'll take a look at that number 3rd place finish with Adrian Fernandez. Looks like Brady's going to be coming in for a subdued stop here. Not going to pull off any glamour tricks as they come through. It looks like your final finishing positions are going to be Brady Floyd, Bryn George, Adrian Fernandez, David Gibbs, Matt Moreau, Will Cloud, Scott Whiteman, Josh Redden, Marshall Harris, Jesse Atkinson, Hunter Terpstra, Brad Whiteman, Mike Rentz, Dave W. Thomas, and David Ackenbauer. What a race it has been here at Texas. All right, now with the race just about finished up here, let's get a little bit of some interesting things going on. We can follow along with Jesse a little bit as he was able to finish his race pretty well. That is not what I wanted to do. There we go. All right, let's bring this over here. And here as well. There we go. Let's get the number 20 of Brady Floyd up in the chat with me. Move to race control. Hi there, Brady. Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. What a race you had tonight. How do you feel about that?
It was a good one. I'm not really a huge fan of Legacy Texas, but it made for a pretty good race from what I understand. Good green flag runs.
Absolutely. We only had the one caution. How do you feel about having to adjust your pit stop strategy because of that caution a little bit earlier in the race?
I mean, there wasn't really too much strategy. The tires were going to be dead. I don't think anyone could risk making a no stop there work after 12 laps when it's a 40 lap race. I think Marshall did it and paid the price. So
I gotcha. That definitely made it interesting. I imagine Extreme Racing is pretty happy with yours and Bryn's 1-2 finish.
yeah, pretty happy. We probably would have had 1, 2, 3, but Zach lagged out. So
Yeah, that does happen. I know that connection issues coming up from the Northeast does cause issues here as we continue to go forward into the winter time season. All right, is there anything you'd like to say to any of our viewers at home?
not really, but thank you guys putting it on. Thank you to the sponsors, and we'll see you again next week.
All right, sounds good, Brady. Thank you for your time.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, that is going to be Brady Floyd, and we are absolutely going to appreciate everyone here for watching. We do appreciate it. Make sure you check out Taysel, Woodbeck, and Homebrew Racing. We appreciate your time, and thank you so much for watching, everyone. Check our socials and everything else to see all the results. I appreciate it, and this has been your host, Noah Walter. Thank you.